Let me put a hypothetical to you that I've used a few times today.
Before you do,
Okay,
I don't think I caught the answer to my question. Part of your new test includes purging or does not include purging?
It does not include purging because sometimes you have to keep the information.
Thank you.
Okay. You all go to a university next year and you send emails back and forth to each other, and you've been doing it about trafficking in drugs, okay? And you're at a public university. The university finds out about it or goes to your emails, looks at them, and calls the police, and you all are charged with trafficking in illegal drugs. Same set of facts, except now you go to a private university. Under what circumstances is the Fourth Amendment an issue, or is it at all in either scenario?
I believe the Fourth Amendment is an issue in both cases whenever there's a violation of your personal email privacy. And in the case of the public school, I think it would depend whether you're actually using a public school computer to send those emails or whether you're actually using your own personal.
Public account. I mean, an account with the school.
Well, in that case, I believe that the school has a right to actually, well, not into your emails, because your emails have a reasonable expectation of privacy, but if you're able to do anything on that server that was already open to the public, then I believe the school could look into it.
Aren't public funds being used?
I think that's relevant. I think we can apply our test here, the one that we've devised, and you see that, first of all, you do have a subjective reason, you have a subjective expectation of privacy because you believe that those emails are private between the two people, otherwise you wouldn't have been passing along a type of information. Also, you see that you have an objective reasonable expectation of privacy because email accounts are they're password protected, and therefore you see that you've had blocks. Therefore, I think that the university would need a warrant to invade.
Okay, outstanding job. Way to go, California judge.
I thought your 4 minutes of testimony were superb. You laid out the theoretical underpinnings of the Fourth Amendment, the various ways in which the Fourth Amendment is called upon for application in modern times. You have suggested what you call a new approach to applying the Fourth Amendment to evolving and increasingly sophisticated technology. And I think you've been consistent and persuasive throughout. Basically, who could ask for anything more? I would suggest to you that there may come a point at which you begin to talk too much. Your position, as far as I'm concerned, is lean, clean, and mean. It's very simple to articulate, it's simple to understand, and it's simple to apply. I think at times you perceived an adversarial component to our questions that may not have been there. And that sticking to or circling the wagons and simply reiterating your position might have been a more effective way at times of responding to the questions. But whether your test is new or not, because it may simply be a re-articulation of what we've been doing all along, but in the face of new technology, having to make a judgment as to whether, as an objective matter, one's expectation of privacy is reasonable or not. I think your position is itself perfectly reasonable, and I would like to see the courts adopt it. I think you did a great job.
Judge?
I would echo that it is difficult whenever you toss out a new rule, just because as soon as you toss out a rule, folks will start picking at the rule, as opposed to thinking about all the background that went into the rule. I think I did a good job of defending the particular rule. It raises some new interesting grounds. The only piece of the puzzle that y'all might want to consider is, how should it affect whether or not folks can collect information in the first instance? You all certainly try to deal with that by saying, let's get rid of it fairly quickly if it should not be around for very long, but it's a hard one to ask, well, should we even collect it at all? Should we even have essentially new pictures of ourselves out there even for a short amount of time? So it raises that real interesting question, and I, for one, will leave it to y'all to make that decision, because I don't need to. I'm already an old guy. So thank y'all very much. I certainly did appreciate this talk. I just wish we had even longer to talk about it.
Yeah, kudos to, to your argument. I mean, it was as my colleague stated, it was precise, it was, on point. You're thinking about this issue outside the box. As they said, or excuse me, my colleague to the right, it's going to be for you all to decide. He's already retired, and it's not that far down the road until we're retired, and the issue is going to be yours. It's going to be your generation. Where do we want to say, yeah, it's okay to get this stuff, and no, it's okay? Your answer on the iPhone, no, I don't think I want that information going out. But if you but the issue, the question begs, if it's out there for everybody, why can't everybody have it, including the government? Is there a lesser expectation of privacy? And so as you go down that slippery slope of, yeah, you can have the data, but you got to get rid of it real quick. Your generation is going to have to think about this. The participation across the board was excellent. The reasoning was excellent. Thinking outside of the box. California, and all those people standing or sitting behind you, they ought to be very, very proud this day. Congratulations.